So this is now a discussion on preterm labor. Okay. You would say, class, that it's preterm labor if the child is born less than the age of term. And the age of term is 37 weeks. Meaning, a child is sakto sa buwan if you are born by at least 37 weeks. Kung imong edad is only 36 weeks, then that makes you preterm. So 36 weeks or less. It is problematic, class, if the child is born preterm because kung ang term man gani nga bata, immature ang iyahang medulla oblongata, mao nang naakay skip beats sa heart, mao nang naakay apneic episodes sa imuhang respiration because the pons and the medulla oblongata are yet immature. Kung term man gani, delikado tugnawon kay immature ang hypothalamus. How much more sa preterm? Kung at risk man gani ang term sa infection, term na gani na ha, how much more ang preterm? So there are several associated risks, class, to a child who is born preterm. A child is considered preterm if he is born 36 weeks or less. And the labor is considered preterm labor if the mother is in labor at 36 weeks or less. The mother in labor is preterm labor, while the child born preterm is a preterm child. What could have caused preterm labor, class? There are three major causes of preterm labor. Number one, you can have your dehydration. Okay. Number two, you can have UTI. And number three, you can have your chorioamnionitis. Chorioamnionitis, class, refers to the infection, no, that exists at your amniotic fluid. Ang imong amniotic fluid and the layer called the amniotic villi, which produces the same, no, has been inflamed. Makaibaw ka, class, nga naay kagaw ang imuhang amniotic fluid because the color speaks for itself. Ideally, ang amniotic fluid should be clear. But kung na-inflammatory condition or kung na-ay infection, then the color of the amniotic fluid turns cloudy. So ang natural color is clear, pero kung nanay infection, the amniotic fluid becomes cloudy. Okay? Urinary tract infection. Okay? And the most common causative agent of UTI is your E. coli. Because the E. coli are resident bacteria of the anus or the rectum, which is in close proximity to the vagina. So nasaag ang imong E. coli. No? And the most common cause, class, take note, is dehydration. A woman who is pregnant should not be dehydrated because she can undergo preterm labor. Now, how is that? Let me bring you, class, to the review on the anatomy of the pituitary gland. Remember, when we speak of pituitary gland, it has two different kinds. You have the anterior pituitary and you have the posterior pituitary. What's the difference between the two? Your anterior pituitary produces the hormones and the anterior pituitary secretes the hormones. Meaning to say, anterior pituitary secretes the hormones that they produce. On the other hand, unsa man ang posterior pituitary? The posterior pituitary merely secretes the hormones that they do not produce. Again, si posterior pituitary do not produce the hormones that they secrete because who produces them instead is your hypothalamus. So stated otherwise, si posterior pituitary is the gland which secretes the hormones produced by the hypothalamus. I hope you get the difference, class, because the difference or the distinction is very important. Now look at this. Unsa man ang mga hormones ni posterior, duha ra gyud in town. That's letter P. So remember, apo. Why do I call it apo? Because, class, again, remember, they do not produce their own hormones. They are simply secretory organs. That's why dili na niya anak. anak na ni hypothalamus. So unsa raman di ay na niya? Iyahara ng apo. Why apo? Because these are the two hormones that the posterior pituitary gland secretes. Namely, antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. So the posterior pituitary gland secretes the hormones antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin and your oxytocin. These two hormones are not produced by the posterior pituitary gland, but rather they are produced by the hypothalamus. Unya ang imuhang posterior pituitary merely have to secrete them. On the other hand, tanawa ang anterior pituitary gland. Unsa may naa sa anterior pituitary gland? Check ang production, check ang secretion. Siya'y mo secrete sa hormone na iyang hinimo. Unsa may mga hormones sa anterior pituitary gland? Wa gani ka kaila sa hormone anterior pituitary na. Example, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adenocorticotropic hormone, melanin stimulating hormone, parathormone, kanang mga hormone nga wa ka kaila. These are anterior pituitary gland hormones. So why am I discussing the distinction class? Because that will help you understand on how dehydration could have caused preterm labor. So dehydration class is the most common cause of preterm labor. Now, nganong ingon anak man na class? So, look at this class. This, for example, is your pituitary gland. Specifically, posterior pituitary gland. The posterior pituitary gland simply acts as if it is the container which holds every hormone produced by the hypothalamus. Si hypothalamus, sige na siya production. Sige na siya hiwa. Oh, dara antidiuretic hormone. Oh, dara oxytocin. Isunod na niya tanan dire sa posterior pituitary gland. Remember unsay function ni antidiuretic hormone. This hormone will be secreted by the body when a person is in a state of dehydration. Ayaw pangihi hormone, antidiuretic hormone. Kay kung dehydrated ka, unya mangihi pagyud ka, musamot kag ka-dehydrated. So moingon ang lawas, ayaw pangihi hormone, antidiuretic hormone. So let's say mabdos ka and you are dehydrated, for example. What does the body naturally secrete? It secretes antidiuretic hormone na asulod ni posterior pituitary gland. So kung dehydrated ang mabdos, ang imong posterior pituitary gland will then have to pour its hormones, thereby releasing not just antidiuretic hormone to counter the dehydration, but as well including oxytocin. And what does oxytocin do? It causes uterine contraction. And when there's uterine contraction, there is cervical dilation, mugawas ang bata. So less than 36 weeks ka, dehydrated ka, sakto nga si posterior pituitary gland mo secrete pero maapil ang imong oxytocin. And this could cause your preterm labor in patients, no? In patients less than 37 or at least 36 weeks or less. And you would notice, class, that makaingon na gid ka nga preterm labor ni because the contractions of a woman is 4 times in every 20 minutes. Okay? When within 20 minutes, a woman has contractions by at least 4 times, then you consider this as a preterm labor contraction already. And preterm labor class usually happens kung ang nagmabdos is ang babae nga gamay, unya ang nakapamabdos niya is dako nga laki. Okay? So this is very common sa mga gagmay nga babae. So sa mga gagmay nga babae, shout out. Likayi ang dagko o glawas. Ha? Likayi ang dagko o glawas. Okay, now, when a woman has preterm labor class, what do we actually do? Okay? What are the interventions that the woman must do? Pinaka-importante na gyud dinha class is to do bed rest. Kinahanglan gid ka mo lingkod, kinahanglan gid ka mo higda, di magbarog-barog. I know most of you might be familiar with this line. Ma'am, paglakaw-lakaw sa kay aron dali ka mga anak. This could be a very familiar line we could hear. Kung nagpa-admit ka, 1 cm, 2 cm, moingon pauli sa inyo, ma'am, paglakaw-lakaw sa, or gingnan ta sa atong mama ayaw, lagi pagsigig lingkod kung mabdos ka. Sige ka, maglisod jud kag panganak. And this finds truth in the fact that the more you walk, the more pressure is placed over the cervix. And the more the cervix is pressed by the weight of the baby, the more it dilates. Okay? So kung nag-preterm labor ka, di pa mataganahan mga naka. So dapat di pa mubuka ang cervix. Naamay duha ka aspito nga pwedeng makapabuka sa cervix. Number 1, contraction. So the more there is oxytocin, the more will be the contraction and the wider would be the cervical dilation. That's 1. Or the more that the cervix is compressed by the weight of the baby, the more that the cervix dilates. So duha, either magsigig contract or magsigig kaipit ang imong cervix para manganak ang babae. So kung nag-preterm labor ka, usa ka aspito ana class is aron di mo buka ang cervix, dapat di maipit ang cervix. And that's why we do bed rest. Because again class, no, the more the cervix is compressed, the more it dilates. And the more you stand up, the more weight of the baby is put over the cervix. I hope you can imagine that, no? Kung nagbarog ka, ang bata asa man alingkod, nasa imuhang cervix. Unya kung maipit ang cervix, nga naman di ay mubuka. Yeah, preterm ra ba ni? Number 2, you do your IVF. You start your IV fluids. Sir, unsa may relationship, sir? Nganong dextrosan man ka? Kung mabdos ka nga, nag-preterm labor ka. Because remember, the most common cause is dehydration. Okay? So we start our IV fluids in order to hydrate the woman. Number 3, we do urinalysis. And what's the relationship between UA? Because we want to know kung naa ba urinary tract infection in order to rule out urinary tract infection in women. Because urinalysis can tell us na ba ka UTI, no? And UTI is the most common cause or one of the most common cause of preterm labor. Okay? Number 4, you do your CBC. Nganong kinanglan man kay CBC? Para may bawaan kung naabay infection dito sa amniotic fluid. Which part of the CBC do we actually look at? We look at the number of WBCs. Okay? And your normal WBC count is up to 10,000. Malapas na gani kag 10,000 nga WBC, problema na. Aron di mo makalimot anak class, hinumdumi si Benten. Kailan mong Benten? Katong hero nga green, Benten. So Ben, 10,000. More than 10,000 is already infection, no? Nganong Ben man? Because this represents your basophils, eosinophils, neutrophils. Di ba? Tig-fight sa mga kagaw ang WBC. Di ba tag-fight sa mga bad guys ang Benten? So that's how you remember it. So normal WBC count is 5,000 to 10,000 cells. More than 10,000 cells already indicates infection. And the infection could be sourced from infection in the amniotic fluid. You call it chorioamnionitis. And more importantly, class, basta na gani preterm labor, we start our medication. Okay? We give our medications. And there are 2 important medications that we can give if the patient has preterm labor. Number 1, kainomdom mo, kanus mo buka ang cervix, mubuka siya kung maipit or kung mo-contract. So aron di siya maipit, bed rest. Aron di siya mo-contract, tocolytics. Okay? The medication we give is called tocolytics. Tocolytics are uterine relaxants. And the most common tocolytic we give is called your terbutaline Bricanyl. Okay? We also give ritodrine, Utopar. Okay? Terbutaline Bricanyl and ritodrine Utopar. If you remember terbutaline class, pinaka-common hatagan na class mga hubakon. People with asthma. Nga naman, because terbutaline causes relaxation of the airways. Because the airways are smooth muscles. Meaning, terbutaline relaxes the smooth muscle airways. And remember, the uterus are likewise smooth muscles. So, the moment terbutaline relaxes the smooth muscle airways, it at the same time relaxes the smooth muscle uterus. Okay? So, tocolytics or uterine relaxants. And number 2, you give your steroids. Why are steroids given? Steroids are given, class, because of an unknown, no? a known mechanism, it can enhance your lungs maturity. And the normal fetal lung maturity class is designated as an LS ratio of 2:1, meaning there are 2 lecithin for every 1 sphingomyelin. So makaibaw ka nga mature na ang baga, ining amniocentesis nimo, ang LS ratio dito sa amniocentesis is 2:1. Okay? Now, kung preterm ka, do we expect that the lungs are fully mature? Of course not. Of course not. But we can help the lung mature by increasing the production of surfactant the moment we give steroids. And the steroid of choice we usually give class is betamethasone. Okay? And betamethasone is given in 2 doses of 12 milligrams, 24 hours apart. Meaning Monday, 12 milligrams. Tuesday, 12 milligrams. And you expect that the maturity of the lungs or the effect of betamethasone happens after the second dose and lasts up to 7 days. Meaning, before pa man mulaps ang 7 days, dapat musugod na pug ka sa imuhang next dose. Because the effect of betamethasone in enhancing lung maturity is only up to 7 days. And that ends preterm labor.